Oh, fucking girl. Never mind, staying where it was. Fuck this. My special baby. Alright then. Y'all ready to get into it? I'm gonna turn my wrist the other way, but it's fine. Y'all ready to get into it? Are y'all fucking ready? Oh my god. So, Gypsy Rose Blanchard today, I didn't even hear about it until maybe an hour ago, has announced that she is pregnant. She's 11 weeks pregnant, as of today at least, like from when I saw the video. I don't know when the video was recorded, but Gypsy Rose Blanchard is 11 weeks pregnant. And that's pretty fucking insane. I think she's about 32 years old. I could be wrong. I believe she's about 32. She looks very, very young. Like, so it's hard to say. I know she was 22 when she was incarcerated, and I believe she spent 8 years in prison, but feel free to fact check me there. Yeah, she's essentially just gotten out of prison. She's doing a reality TV show. She talks to every news network that will have her, which is great. This is not going to be one of those Gypsy Rose Blanchard, I hate her so much, how could they let a killer loose? Like, no, this is not that. If you wanted that, go watch any of the other YouTube channels. I personally have always just been fascinated by true crime stuff and weird human stories, and Gypsy Rose Blanchard is a really good marriage of weird human stories and true crime. Because for those of you who don't know, I don't know how this would have escaped you if you're an American audience, but Gypsy Rose Blanchard was 22 years old. She was not aware of her age either, but that's a whole other story. She was essentially held hostage by her mother for her entire life and groomed to behave and appear as if she was a mentally and physically handicapped person. She was meant to behave as if she had multiple different major health issues. Like, they talked about like leukemia and like blood disorders and bone disorders, and they essentially just lied to get access to charity and different foundations that would give them money for, you know, being a single mother with an ill child. So there was a very sad ending to that story, and that involved Gypsy Rose Blanchard meeting an older man on the internet and her planning with the older man to essentially murder her mother in order to escape the situation she was living in. Because it wasn't two criminal masterminds working together. This was very much a woman who was essentially kidnapping another woman, if you look at the ages. So a big thing people forget about the Gypsy Rose case is that she was being physically harmed by her mother. She was being abused. She was being tied up, which is what currently right now Ruby Frankie, who we all love to hate on, is facing charges for. She also it's a very specific kind of abuse when it's medical abuse. It doesn't exist in a lot of spaces because it's very hard to pull off. But her mother would also medically abuse her by insisting to doctors that, oh, Gypsy needs to have her teeth pulled because she has a gum disease. She needs to have a stomach pump put in, and she has to take all of her food by stomach pump. Very, very crazy, insane bullshit that has, even to this day, had a lasting impact on Gypsy Rose Blanchard's health. So that's a very interesting point of the case that I think often gets a little conveniently forgotten when we're talking about this whole thing, when it comes to the whole point of Gypsy Rose being someone who deserves to be in prison still. That's very speculative. In this space, we are very pro Gypsy. We are about Gypsy being the fucking girl bossiest, chuggiest bitch she can be. I am all fucking about it, girl. Yes, yes. I just, you and me, Gypsy, I fucking see you. So I even dressed like her today in her pregnancy announcement, which I'm going to pull up in a minute here. She has this white dress on that looks almost exactly like one that I recently bought. So I was like, okay, shit, I'm going to like do my little hair part, pull the little back tufts forward, light makeup. I'm sorry for the sunburn. Oh, geez, what a story. Also, hello. Yes, very fancy dress. Very fancy dress. You'll see who it matches in a second. Just simple eyebrows. I wish I got a nose job like she did, girl, because she's talking about that. I got this bump here. We'll see, honey, how long she lasts. But um, so she's essentially moving on in chapters of her life, because she is now a celebrity or a reality TV star. She has unfortunately been sort of shifted into the drama realm of things. So it's been pretty fun watching her go wild. She is always on Instagram. She is always on the different live apps and everything like that. She's a very avid user, and I also fuck with that. Like, get your fucking money, because people pay her good to comment on her shit and have her shit read to her. Oh, and also Nerdy Will, thank you for showing up, and thank you for the subscription last month. I was worried that maybe I didn't mention that to you, but that was awesome, and I appreciate it. The way you spelled it, pregnant. Have you seen that hilarious? Yeah, the pronouncing all the terrible ways that people spell pregnant online. Yes, I did do that on purpose. That was for fun. But I was hoping that maybe it would catch some people's attention and be like, that's stupid. Let me go tell her how stupid she is. And I'd be like, I'm in on it. Anyway. Awesome. I absolutely love that video. It's so hilarious. Yeah, I actually follow that guy now, and I watch more of his YouTube videos. He's fabulous. I can't remember his name, but he always does silly pronunciation things. So here's what the fuck is up. Gypsy Rose is pregnant. She's going to be a mother. Obviously, because of the nature of this story, that is associated with some roughness, to put it in a southern sense. So there is an aspect of being concerned for the baby, which is kind of being foisted on people wanting to judge the shit out of her. I don't actually think anyone gives a shit about this baby, besides the parents, who clearly seem to be very happy and excited. There's people judging her for who she's having the baby with, for not taking a longer amount of time outside of prison to just be her own person, and not have to, be a mother to somebody when it's maybe too soon. So before we really dive into that, because we're really just going to be watching the whole thing, and I'm kind of going to be stopping at points in between it. Hang on, let me back up, because, whoa! The computer made a noise, and I don't know what that was for, but it was cute. It sounded like a little spaceship taking off, so... Oh no, Nerdy Well subscribed, and they've subscribed for 3 months in a row. Go the fuck off, Nerdy Well. Thank you. Oh, you've subscribed for 3. Oh shit! Tier 3 sub. I thought it was literally a video game that was like stuck on the that was still just like in the background of I'm on X's computer right now, so I was like, oh, I guess that's like Baldur's Gate or something. I'm just a girl. Nerdy Well, what the fuck? I did that specifically because of the PREGNART reference. Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, good. Thanks for always being a good sport, man. You were the freaking bomb. I gotta make you some art or something because I'm just at a point where like I made the Discord, but no one else is subscribing. So you know what? I'm gonna make some special art for you and post it in the Discord, and that'll be art that I don't post anywhere else. It'll be specifically in the Discord. So thank you so much for that, Nerdy Will. You are the freaking bomb. Thank you for a sub right at the head of the stream. Let's keep that energy moving. Let's keep that excitement moving. So but yeah, place your order now. Go ahead. Yeah, Nerdy Will, go ahead and in the Discord. If you have any requests for what you want the art to be, I do comics, I do paintings, I do all this kind of stuff. I'll probably just be on my little iPad and Procreate, but whatever you want. Oh, I can even do like a 3-second animation. If you want like a 3-second animation, hit me up. And if that's any for people watching in the future, if that's any initiative to join the Discord, check out my protein Patreon. You know, my protein. It's what I eat. It feeds me. Yeah. So if that sounds good to you, Nerdy Will, then hit me up. I'll message you with that later too, just so in case you weren't listening, you'll know what your fabulous prize was. All right. So that all being said, let's jump the fuck in. All right. Also, Nerdy Will, I saw your suggestion for the public Discord. Love that, and thank you for being business minded. Appreciate the fuck out of you. I'm gonna have to confer with my my publishing agent. Just kidding, it's X, but still, he knows a lot of stuff about that, so he'll probably help me. He has set up so much of the tech for this. Like, I don't understand most of it. I love my microphone, and that's like the nicest thing that I know how to use that in the sense that if I turn on some buttons, sometimes it won't catch all the background noise. So thank you again, Nerdy Will. Now, without further ado, we give you in its entirety, with me stopping in the middle of it, I'm Pregnant, My Journey So Far by Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And you will see that we are fucking matching to the fucking teeth. I don't have a crucifix anymore. I used to have one when I was little, but I never sized it up. I'm not really Catholic anymore, but yeah. PREGNART. I'm PREGNART, My Journey So Fair. The Gypsy Rose Blanchard story. Okay, here we go. No more dicking around. Here we go. It's ASMR now. Horizontal screen. I know. Don't get mad at me. Isn't that beautiful? Look how beautiful that is. Pregnant means the dicking around is already past, JK. Look at him go. He's got jokes. I thought we were here to watch me, guys. But apparently... Oh, come on. I believe in you so hard right now. There we go. Come on. I gotcha. There you go. All right, now let me pull this up. Pull it up. Also turn it down. All right, there we go. I was fighting for my life with that one, guys. I don't know if you guys know this, but I am not intelligent. All right, so here we go.
So I know the rumors have been flying around for quite some time now, and I'm happy to announce that I am 11 weeks pregnant. Ken and I are expecting our very first child come January of 2025. We're both very excited.
Ah, Nerdy Will said echo. Okay, cool. We'll start this over, and let me put on my special little... Wait. I also love that X had the nerve to say car droid shape in chat, as if I would know what the fuck he is talking about. I'm assuming it's the funny little butt. There's a little butt shape on the microphone. It looks like a little butt. Push the button down on the back. All right. I don't know what the fuck that is. Well, you guys are smart. I'm not fucking smart. No, I'm just a girl. I'm dumb. Girls are dumb. We're ladies and we're silly and we're stupid. Let girls be dumb. Oh, I have a blue Yeti that I just said. That makes sense. The butt. Yeah, I'm gonna call it the butt from now on. All right, here I go. Decorative. She's purely decorative, guys. Don't expect me to know anything. All right, so let's pull this back and see how well this could go. There might be a little bit of echo, but if it's like a lot of echo, let me know and I won't keep going that way.
Hi, everybody. So I know the rumors have been flying around for quite some time now, and I'm happy to announce that I am 11 weeks pregnant. Ken and I are expecting our very first child come January of 2025. We're both very excited. This was not planned at all. It was completely unexpected, but...
Okay, so that's for me red flag number one. Is this girl has had a lot of terrible stuff happen to her in her life. There's a lot of things she has not been able to control. And some people like the concept of not planning for a baby. So I don't think that's necessarily a wrong thing. But I do see where this could be bad for her in the sense that, like, she doesn't know the father that well. It kind of happened pretty suddenly. They've known each other for a couple years, but she was in prison for most of those years. So it's a little hard to say that that's a safe choice to make. But we'll get more into that later. They mentioned more of it also. X, I think that's a bad idea for the stream sounds. Ugh, nothing but professionals here, guys. Nothing but professionalism.
We're both very excited to take on this new journey of parenthood. I have already experienced January of 2025. We're both very excited. This was not planned at all. It was
perfect. Okay, good. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the patience. So yeah, that puts us about where we left off. Something I also wanted to qualify really quickly is that whenever I make these assessments, it's coming from a place of, I actually give a shit about Gypsy Rose. She's a very important person to me. I care a lot that all this horrible shit fucking happened to her, and that she's actually getting an opportunity to, like, take up the space and, like, actually control the narrative when her entire life for, like, 22 years was about, like, 23, I think. She was 23 or 24. Was literally about letting her mother control the narrative, her entire body and mind and identity. So I think it's really important to also keep in mind that, like, whenever I say some shit, I'm not really coming for her like that. I'm actually pretty upset at the other people who are really coming at her like that, but that'll be the part 2 of this stream. So let's get through part 1 first. Yeah, so she has not known the guy for very long in real life. She's known him for a couple years because riding back and forth in prison. But that's also kind of predatory to me. I'm very nervous about the men that she dates. I do have this, like, sort of, at first I was like, oh, it's fine because he's like a whatever, like, one of them works with kids, and then, like, X actually had pointed out to me, like, hey, wouldn't that actually be kind of a problem, like, if you work with kids and then your partner is literally, like, been groomed to imitate a child? You really think that's not why? So I don't know. I have some feelings about that. Essentially, she keeps running from kind of old loser guy to old loser guy, and that's the only thing I'm concerned about as far as she goes. In the sense that I would be concerned about anybody who has a pattern like that. She's definitely not, in a place where she's being taken advantage of too much, right? Because, I mean, she's pretty independent. She has a lot of money. But there is the reality of, she does act and look like a child. And what does that mean about the men who are pursuing her? And what does that mean about her ability to identify danger? The dog was trying to get in the room. but he's not allowed. All right, let's continue.
But we're both very excited to take on this new journey of parenthood. I have already experienced the symptoms when I first.
And it's hard because she's so sweet, and I believe that she really does want to be a mother. I don't think she's disingenuous, and like as an adult, I have to assume the other adults around me are telling the truth. That's like therapy talk, but it's true. Like you can't really like assume other people's feelings. So essentially, I think she does want to be a good mom. I don't know if she has the capacity to be a good mom at her current, experience rate just of life around her, but we'll see how that goes. And am I the one to evaluate that? Fuck no, I'm not gonna have kids, like probably ever. I'll have like a pug and like a naked cat, but that takes a lot less effort.
First learned that I was pregnant, the first thing that I noticed was the cravings. So I craved orange juice. Orange juice was not something that like I craved on a daily basis before. So when I started craving orange juice, I'm like, okay, well, guess I just want orange juice. I didn't think anything of it. And so that
funny sidebar, when my mother got pregnant with, I don't remember who, but she was pregnant and she talked to her doctor and she's like, I have to tell you something and I'm nervous because I think you're going to think I'm crazy. And he went, all right, what's up? And she goes, the other day I was walking past like an auto shop or like a car sales lot or whatever, and she could smell the tires, like the smell of the tires. And she went, I just really wanted to just completely sink my teeth into the tires. Like I just wanted to eat the tires. Like the smell of the tires just smelled like not delicious, but just like good. And I just wanted to eat it. So the doctor laughed and he said, actually, that's not that insane of an experience. Apparently, it's very common for women in early stages of pregnancy to have sensory related cravings, and they're specifically about vitamins that they are lacking. So in my mother's case, she was lacking iron. And people who lack iron often think the smell of tires, leather, or dirt, of all things, are like not delicious again, but just like they want to eat it. Like they smell it and it smells like something they should consume. Because when you're iron deficient and you have a baby, your brain and body will actually send signals to you letting you know that you're iron deficient, which is insane. So that was the case in my mom's scenario. She's like hella what's that thing where you can iron shit, like your fucking bones and everything. Oh god damn it, I'm the dumbest person alive. But anyway, yeah. I also had another friend, and she talked about when she was pregnant. She was craving a lot of cranberry juice, but you can't have cranberry juice when you're pregnant. I don't know why. Don't tell me. But she was craving cranberry juice, and she found out when she got her blood work done that her vitamin C levels were just like so low. So I almost wonder if that was the case with Gypsy Rose, where maybe her vitamin C levels were quite low, and that was why she was craving orange juice. But of course, I can only speculate. Who's to say? All right, Nerdy Well, what you got for me? It's a red flag, yeah. Oh, for certain. Yeah, all the guys she's with, just red flags galore. But she also never had like a father figure ever, so there's a chance that it's not even to do with like them being creepy. And I mean, technically, yeah, because they're taking advantage of that too. But it definitely probably is a result of having like an absent father and not really knowing like what that sort of validation feels like in the presence of an older man. I didn't know about the smells relating to iron. I know how craving things like red meat can be a sign. Yes, definitely, for sure. That's a more common one too, because you're more likely to be around red meat than you are, tires during your pregnancy. So osteoporosis is a calcium bone thing. Yes, I think it starts with A. It's not a calcium bone thing, it's an iron thing. And I think it starts with A. Anemic. Anemia. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you, X. You got it. You freaking got it. She's anemic as hell, and it's very sad. And I do feel bad for her. And I hope that, she'll start taking the vitamins that she should be taking. Actually, she's pretty on her vitamins. She's fucking about her vitamins. So you know what? Never mind. Yeah, my mom's actually good about her vitamins. Yep, anemia. All right, here we go.
I was was one thing. And then like the next thing that I noticed was like the hunger, like an insatiable hunger to just eat everything. So I really went on a binge and just started eating everything. And then, of course, I missed my period, and I didn't think anything of it because I had seen my OBGYN and I had tested my fertility, and she's like, we're probably gonna have to put you on fertility meds, or at least something to make you ovulate because you're not ovulating on a regular. So I'm like, okay. So I had that appointment was like a month out. And so when I missed my period, I thought I was just having issues with ovulation. And it wasn't until I had texted with Ken, and he's like, have you taken a pregnancy test? And I'm like, nah, I don't think I'm pregnant. I don't think it's that. And then I had taken a test and it turned out positive. And so everything just made sense. But my pregnancy.
Yeah, you're going to want to. Oh. Yeah, anytime you miss a period, even if you have fertility issues, like, you're going to want to check pretty closely. That's pretty crazy, especially considering if what she says is true, which I believe, that she has fertility issues and she still got pregnant. Like, that's pretty fucking wild. Um, and that's also awesome because that means that she doesn't have to do all the rigorous fertility treatments, which honestly are fucking awful on people's bodies. Like, it just, if you do the injections, if you do the pills, if you do the insertion, like, everything about it is just fucking terrible. It runs chaos on your hormones, your body shifts, your like your energy and your mood just like completely disappears, or like your mood swings violently. It's crazy. It's literally like putting yourself into a state of depression so you can have a baby. um it's literally wild. But okay, so that's good. I'm actually happy to hear that she didn't have to go through all that and she was still able to have a viable pregnancy. So, and 11 weeks in, that's pretty good. It's still, some people might consider that a little soon to announce if you're worried about fertility. I believe typically I think it's 12 weeks, so maybe it's not that soon, I guess. Yeah, I think 12 weeks is when people will normally announce it, like, for certain. Okay, yeah, go off, sis. Ew, nerdy will. I'm not reading that one. I hate that. I don't like that euphemism for just say semen. It's fine, or spermazoa, or I'm not saying swimmer.
So
fuck you. I said it.
So I have experienced crazy mood swings. Like, poor Ken. Like, poor Ken. If he breathes wrong, I am just like.
Yeah, and Ken is her partner, and he's a pretty old guy. He's a pretty aged up dude. He is definitely not her contemporary. I know she looks younger than she is, but he is definitely not her contemporary. Oh, there's a moth in here. Oh, I hope that's a moth and not a fucking awful thing. Yeah, update on our AC. Someone came in to fix it and let a fucking moth in the house. Super hope that's not a fucking wasp. Okay, it's buzzing too much. Oh, that might be a bee. Hang on, guys. There's a bee in the house. Okay, fuck. Gross. Whew. Oh my god, I'm so scared of everything. Fuck no. My pink moves knocked everything over. I hate everything. I got it. No, I killed it. I crushed it. Thank you, though. Oh, God. Thank you, Nerdy Will. Nerdy Will says sorry. Not as sorry as I am for that goddamn bee. You come up in this place and you're a bumblebee, you're gonna get smushed. Not a bumblebee. Bumblebees don't have stingers, but the ones with stingers, which that one was, you're gonna get smushed. If it's down to me or you, I'm smushing you. No euphemism implied. Alright, let's jump back in.
Pregnancy is not easy with the mood swings. And he's been very gracious about it. He's been very forgiving about it, but good Lord. We were driving in the car the other day, and this is before I got my hair done, so I did still have brown hair at this time. But I was listening to music, and a song came on the radio, and I just started crying. And I'm like, why am I crying right now? Like, oh my God, this song has never made me so emotional. And it was Let It Go or Let Her Go or something by Passenger. Good Lord.
Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. Only know your lover when you let her go. He's not even like that heavily accented, but I tell her that. I tell her that Rings of Green Lantern, I will squish you, lol, don't entice me, what a good time. Ugh, girl, you wish. Ain't no one squishing me. Y'all think I'm some small little girl? You ain't seen me in real life. I'm 6'3". I'm 6'3" and 284 pounds of pure cubic dick muscle. Only know you've been high when you kill your mom. You're mean. Alright, anyway. Yeah, so that's X, you bring up a really good point too. The concept of obviously motherhood being a very damaged and difficult thing in Gypsy's past. So her mother obviously was a crazy person, and she medically abused her and physically abused her and just in every kind of way abused her. Like, I think besides sexually abused her. From what we understand of it, there was never any sexual abuse attached to it, but it's still just as psychologically fucked up, just in a different direction. The other hard thing is that her stepmother, who is kind of getting a lot of fame now because she's a major part of the TV show that she has on E! Network or TLC or whatever the fuck, also kind of didn't fucking do shit. Like, apparently her dad knew about her mother, didn't know that she was pretending she was sick. He also believed the mother. He believed that she was sick, but never really made an effort to be a part of her life, never really made an effort to take any responsibility about the medical aspect of her situation. And his new wife, who is her now stepmother, also did not really do much about that. And I personally have this sort of thing where, what does that say about you as a person if you know that the man that you're marrying has another child and you decide to do nothing about that, has a child who's sick, and you decide to in no way participate in that and not to push that as like a partner, to not push that, to not encourage that. So like, I don't know how I feel about the stepmom. She definitely really likes to grab limelight whenever she can. That's the only observable like dishy thing I can say about any of this, is that she definitely goes out of her way to be kind of like an e-celebrity a little bit. Like, she really wants to be kind of iconic, and it's more so, I think, sometimes because she wants Gypsy to not be in the limelight so much, and I think I can appreciate that to an extent. But I also have to question her motivations a lot because, like, I mean, where the fuck were you? Like, you know, it's things like that. It's a little troubling to think about. But we continue.
I was just in tears. I'm like, I cannot listen to this stuff. I can't do it. A lot of the other symptoms that I've been having is mild symptoms, everything that goes with pregnancy. Now, morning sickness, I've been actually very blessed to not have major morning sickness. That's been amazing. So far, pregnancy has been a breeze as far as symptoms. I find like the tiredness is starting to wear off a little bit. That was like the biggest symptom that I had saw with me, is that I'm always tired and sleepy. So that's been one thing that I've been dealing with. The rest is completely manageable. Like I said, Ken has been very forgiving.
I have heard that first trimester, like, exhaustion is like very real and it's very unforgiving. someone I know who was pregnant during their first trimester, um, she said like it's something that I experience a lot, having like chronic pain and stuff like that. So chronic pain and fatigue, people will experience this a lot. Where like she was like, yeah, for the first time in my life, like I was trying to raise the brush to like just brush my hair, and I couldn't do it. Like I literally couldn't do that. Like I couldn't open doors. I could barely open like lids to things. So it's really interesting how much needing to sort of get ready to grow a whole ass new organ, let alone a baby, you know what I mean, will really impact your your daily going abouts. Um, oh,
To my symptoms. But the rest has been a breeze. And the baby looks healthy, happy. I know it's still gonna be a long journey ahead, but I'm up for it. I know that there are gonna be people that feel like I'm not ready to be a mother. And I don't know if anyone's really ready to become a mother. I don't know anybody that said, okay, I'm ready, I'm doing this, you know. I think in my experience, everybody that I've ever talked to, they're like, it just happened. And so I feel a shift in.
So before we get to the shift, I think that's probably not great if everyone in your circle has only kind of just gotten pregnant because they did. That kind of goes to show that she's probably been talking to a lot of people who haven't had access to life planning. And I think it's really special in circumstances like this to definitely plan things like pregnancy. I'm not saying that like all pregnancy to be legitimate should be planned. And I'm certainly not saying that like you have to like be married for X amount of years before you can do that, or that like anyone is entitled to parenting and someone isn't. I definitely don't feel that way. It's more like I feel very sympathetically toward Gypsy because I think there's this level of like thinking that this is going to do something for her that might not happen, because being a mom is going to be even harder than like recovering from everything she's been through. And to me, I wonder if there's a chance like maybe there's like a lot more nerves in this than she's letting on. I mean, obviously, because like, right, she has like so many horrible people saying stuff about her online, so like she's got to not flinch as much as she can, and I do feel bad about that. So it's definitely a hard position to be in any capacity, just with the healing that she has been going through and will have to continue to go through. And another really important thing to mention is that, to quote her specifically, when she was in jail, she said, you know, my mom should be in here and I should be free, but nobody should be dead. And I think that's a really special thing that kind of shows like her capacity to like empathize and sympathize, and how she's really not like a psychopath. Like this baby is obviously not in danger. If anything, it would be kind of like a fun, ironic twist if like the baby killed her or something. But like, anyway, sorry, that's not fun. I don't mean fun. I just mean like that would be from a fucked up Stephen King short story perspective. That would be interesting. But yeah, she has a wounded inner child. That's absolutely right, X. And I think that there's a level of maybe healing that she's not going to be able to access when she has somebody relying on her the way that a baby will. But yeah, that's just from like my point of view. Nothing obviously to evaluate her capacity to be a mother. Let's continue.
Myself. When I found out that I was pregnant.
X said dark as fuck. And Nerdy, what would you say? Yeah, but a good number of people plan it. That is true. A good amount of people plan it. I think it's probably 50-50 at this point in history. Maybe not globally. I don't know. Who's to say?
None of anything else mattered. The drama on social media, the feud between.
I love her saying the drama on social media, because she has been saying some wild shit on social media in the last 2 months, and that just makes me feel like, oh, she's gonna be a mom, so she really does not give a fuck anymore. Like, she's truly beyond it. Because she has said some hilarious, like, there's a video of her, but like, she ends it by saying like, Keep making content. Love you, babe. And it's like my favorite thing that I've ever heard in my life. It's so fucking funny. I literally thought it was a filter because I could not believe that Gypsy Rose Blanchard was saying it. I thought somebody made an AI filter of her and just like said some crazy shit. But no, that was her. So anyway.
Creator and me and all of that drama just all faded. It didn't matter anymore. All that matters is making sure that I'm healthy, the baby's healthy, my relationship with Ken is healthy, and we are moving forward in a positive way. It's an amazing feeling when your whole world shifts. And suddenly it's not about you. It's not about anything other than the tiny little life that's inside you.
So specifically when she says like, that's a very Christian thing. It's a very like weird. Everyone says it, right? Like it's a tiny little piece of me, and I get it, but it does feel very like turned up a little bit. And maybe like when I'm a parent, like if I ever go through pregnancy, like maybe that's something that I'll experience and I'll kind of like be able to empathize with it more. It is a little silly. She does kind of monologue a little bit at this point. So less mogging, more monologuing. But yeah, X, when he said it feels like I'm being trolled, I was kind of certain that this was a joke because I think I saw the Instagram post where she's holding like a tiny baby sweater. I saw those first. I did not see this first. And then when I saw this, I was like, oh, I guess she's like so for real. Because there's parts of it that are very sincere. And again, as an adult, I am choosing to believe that this adult is telling the truth. But yes, it does feel a teeny tiny bit like we are being trolled because she's cruel as she is kind, guys. That's all I can say about Gypsy Rose.
That you are now in charge of protecting, and that little tiny life is a baby, a little tiny human that's yours, and that you have to make sure that you protect, you love, you take care of, and all of the things that I wished I could have had when I was little.
Oh, baby, no. Okay, see, that's the shit I'm talking about. Oh, poor mama. Okay, yeah, so that's what I mean, is like, that's the shit that I'm talking about, is, I mean, fuck, dude, that's hard. That's hard, to have what she has, to hold what she is holding, and to, like, be healing in the way that she is healing, that's really fucking hard. She's out of prison and, like, a person in the world for the first time in her life. She was not a person in the world, like, for 23 years. And then she was in prison for another, like, I don't even remember how many, like 5 to 8 years, let's say. And, like, now she's gonna be a mom. And I can tell she wants to be a mom. I think that's beautiful. I think it's natural to want to be a mother or whatever. But, like, it it's frustrating because she deserves a lot more time. And I think that's kind of the hard thing about the nature of this case, right? Is that the time that was taken away from her can just obviously never be given back. And I think that's something that's very difficult because I feel like if she has children, she'll probably continue to have children. I just don't see this ending in a way where like she's going to be able to honor her needs and her just her process of getting through what she's been through. But at the same time, like, I mean, I'm sure prison kind of fucks you up in that sense, right? Like, you're locked away somewhere, you don't get any autonomy over your body, over your actions, over your your family planning, things like that. So, like, I'm sure in another capacity, it's actually very, like, proactive, I'm sure, to her to be able to have a baby and to be able to, like, be a mother and to be more than just herself because, you know, that's a sign of adult mindsets. That's a sign of like maturing and behaving in a way that is beyond yourself. And I think that shows how healthy she actually is, which is nice. But at the same time, I really just brutally want her to have more time for herself. And I feel like she's not getting any of that.
Here I am getting emotional, guys. Sorry. All the things that I wanted in a mother, I want to give to this baby. Knowing that.
So that sucks. That's hard. That's difficult. Because, yeah, just her mom, right? What she wants in a mother, and just so I think there's a level of, like, maybe if we're even being kind, right? Like, God forbid she's maybe trying to, like, undo what her mom did by being, like, a better mother or something like that. So I think it's difficult to assess, like, whether or not this will be, like, a healthy thing. But the reason everyone's panicking is because, like, obviously the insane case of her and her boyfriend planning to kill her mother, her boyfriend actually killing her mother, her running away, and just all of this shit. Like, it's hard. That's rough, and I don't envy her. I don't know what I would do in that position. For sure, I do not know what I would do, but I just can't imagine this being the right next move.
I am a mother now. And I'm happy. And I just want to be a good mother for my child. I want to be everything my mother wasn't.
So that's rough. That's a hard one, right? That's literally her. I want to be everything my mother wasn't. But she doesn't have a great, like, test group, and that's kind of rough. Like, when, because so much of what even, like, your value definition of a mother is like so determined by, like, your experience with your own mother, or, like, lack thereof. And that seems to be something she's, like, very understanding of. But at the same time, like, is that also maybe her setting up expectations that are a little too high for her? Like, because she's gonna overwhelm herself so quickly, and, like, that baby is gonna be here fucking fast, and things are only gonna get more and more hectic when that thing pops out. You know what I mean? Like, that's not gonna be an easy transition.
Ken and I had a wonderful talk about the future for him and I, and we both agree that we both grew up in broken homes. I grew up without a father, pretty much, and he grew up in a family where, his parents got divorced, and I think we both agree that neither one of us wants our child to be in that kind of a situation. With that being said, it doesn't matter what we go through, him and I. Whatever we face, we'll face it together. Because
Gypsy, don't you know that men are liars? Don't you know that people change? Don't you know that if you get married, you're entitled to child support? Don't you know that the point of getting married is so you guys will have an easier time with visitation rights and the divorce proceedings in the event that you have a child together and don't want to be together anymore? So that's happening. I hope they get married, because legally she will be kind of fucked. I mean, she makes a lot of money from this, like, TV show, but she doesn't come from money. She's not gonna know how to fucking handle this. Like, she's probably getting fucking robbed by her, like, agent and producers and shit like that. So, like, she's gonna need someone, like, she's gonna need, like, some legal backing if she's having a baby with somebody. Like, and that's the point of waiting till you're married. It's not so much because the sanctity of God, da da da. It's literally to assure that in the event that this guy turns into a fucking, like, cokehead, or oops, turns out I was actually gay the whole time, sorry babes, like, you know what I mean? Like, you get some protection, you get some backing, like, you get a guaranteed check at least so your baby can fucking eat. And I find this really irresponsible of her, especially considering the fact that the reason that her mother was able to basically run around the country with her pretending that she was sick and forcing her to go through these surgeries is because her father did not have any legal rights to her. Um, so I do feel that this is a really dangerous move, especially for someone like her who's maybe kind of a little easily trusting. But we'll see how it shakes out. I hope she's right. I hope that she gets everything she wants for certain. But we'll see how that shakes out.
We have a baby now. We have something that's bigger than either one of us. So whatever comes our way, whatever arguments we have, whatever drama gets thrown at us on social media, we're gonna stick together. We're not breaking because we are a family now. And as unconventional as this relationship and this child may have came from, I couldn't be happier. And this is a blessing. I found my freedom in a way that I never expected. And I'm okay with that.
Alright, bitch. Okay. That's bars. That's bars. I'll give you that. I'll give you that one, Gypsy. That was a good 10 out of 10. I mean, fuck yeah. If that's really how you feel, if this is freeing to you, this is like what you need to set yourself free, like fuck yeah, that's awesome. I hope that's true. I hope that you get what you're saying, this is for you. Yeah, that makes it like less scary, definitely. Like, and it's really moving to hear that. Like, this is my freedom, and like that's what it looks like. I think that's really, really beautiful, actually. Just because like freedom obviously is something that just she's never had access to, and just to point it out, that is also why her having a baby is really limiting, because having a baby does mean that you have to sacrifice freedom. It does mean that you have to sacrifice aspects of your freedom. But maybe to her, like, freedom also looks like having responsibility. Maybe freedom also looks like having, to nurture something beyond herself and beyond just like reflexive needs and stuff like that. So that's exciting too, and I'm actually very happy for that, and I hope that's true. Yeah, it does depend on the state. Technically, it is a federal law. It's just how much is enforced and how much you're supposed to pay could vary by state. You won't necessarily get like, because here's the thing: is that you won't always get spousal support. So you won't always get like people call it alimony, but that's really not the name for it. But you won't always get spousal support depending on the state. But you are legally required to pay for your kids, like no matter what state you live in. That is a thing, and you can get thrown in jail, and that's even worse because like some pieces of shit are genuinely like, well, I guess I'll just go, do a couple months because like I'd rather do that than give that bitch any money to feed those fucking. So like, there's definitely like some horrible people out there. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's a perfect system. In a perfect system, why do divorces cost fucking money? Why do I have to pay money to get a divorce from somebody who's like proven to be fucking like violent and abusive? You know what I mean? And that goes for men and women. So it's just a matter of like, yeah, there's so many places I can start with the whole thing of like, that's not really gonna. It's just, girl, it's not serving anybody. And the amount of money they make you pay for child support is bullshit. And that's why you get a fucking prenup. Because prenups, people don't know this, prenups also protect the person who doesn't have any fucking money. They also protect the person who is not going to be the income person. Like, prenups cover a lot of shit, and y'all need to be like more, like, use that galaxy brain that I know you have. Like, it's so, and that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying is that like she deserves to have access to that if she's literally going to go from being like in prison to being a mother, like to a newborn baby. That's fucking wild. And like to have no protection on your side is just like really scary and fucked up. And I'm just kind of wondering like if anyone's having these conversations with her. I really hope they are. But who's to say? Who knows the behind the scenes? It sounds like she's really happy. It sounds like she's really excited, and I want all these things to be true for her. She's had the worst fucking, I mean, just like she's had it rough, man. Like she comes by it honest. This has not been an easy journey for this lady. So I hope that ends up being true for her, and I hope she gets everything she's saying she's getting.
everything that has ever happened to me in my life suddenly doesn't matter.
That's beautiful, actually.
Because it all led me to be who I am today. And it all led me to this moment right here, right now. And that's a blessing.
Love that.
To say that I made it. That's a success story.
Oh god, I'm gonna cry. That was really sweet. Wait a second. That was
As many
really
pork
sweet.
chops.
Stop. No, watch the last podcast. Oh my god. Why did this go here? I don't want to autoplay.
Hi, everybody.
Woo, girl. Okay, so that's really sweet. And I'm very happy that that is how she feels about it. That it was all worth it. And this is something that makes her feel like it's natural for her to heal and grow up. And that's good. So I hope that that ends up being true. So the really fun part. Hang on. I want to do this like funny. All right, here we go. Wait, that wasn't as good as I thought it would be. Hang on. Fuck it. All right, y'all saw the vision. It wasn't there in the execution, but the vision was clear. Much like my vision now. So the next part is not going to be as back and forth on, well, maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. This is fully going to be just mean shit. So buckle up, kids. I just hope Gypsy gets intense mental health therapy before baby gets here. Yes, she has been in therapy literally since she was arrested. She has been in therapy for a long time, and she'll probably always be in therapy for what I hope she will be in therapy for the rest of her life. Girl, a baby does not make a man stay. Don't be foolish. I don't think she's that concerned with anyone staying, but I agree that was the point I was coming from. Was just like, you can't, girl, like, be so real. Like, it's not an option to just be like, oh yeah, well, we want to stay together, so we're just gonna stay together. Like, that's really cute in theory, but like, what if you get fucking tired? What if you get like what if this turns out fucked up for you? Like, you can do everything in the world to be the perfect person for somebody, but if they're not about it, like, they're gonna do something to fuck it up anyway. Announcing this pregnancy while still being legally married to another man was definitely a choice. Okay, I love it. I love it when people say humble. Because the fucking bitches who are like suggesting to be humble are the least humble people you will meet in your goddamn life. That is always my favorite fucking thing. All right, the first thing to do is put this baby first and get off the internet and live a quiet, humble, normal life. Do not raise this child in the public eye like your mother did with you. Do not place them under the media microscope. Life is already going to be challenging enough for them. I really do wish you all the best as you continue to heal, learn, and grow from the things you've experienced thus far in life. A concerned mother. Of course you are. Of course you are. How humble do you think this lady really is? So she's given fucking advice to this lady who like is never gonna read these comments. Oh god, that's hilarious. The fact that she was crying but there was 0 tears. I mean, like, you don't have to be like sobbing for tears to come out. And cameras don't always catch that shit. Like, calm the fuck down. This video was scripted and filmed before she dyed her hair back to brunette, and she was 11 weeks at that point. IDK signs are pointing to it being Ryan's baby. I think she was like separated from Ryan a lot longer than like the public knows, though, because like the public are going off of like literal posts and stuff like that, which are made obviously after these incredible, crazy events pop up. Yeah, people cry in different ways with all different emotions, so I think that's kind of silly. And also, like, I mean, the point of stopping is to like not continue crying, right? So like the reason she pulled her face away and everything was to not continue crying. And also there were like definitely jump cuts, like, don't back the fuck up, like, girl. We will face it together. But Ken dropped you because he didn't want to wait on you in person. That was mean. That was just mean. That was that gagged me a little bit. That's just mean. That was not a nice thing to say. Oh no. Ken left before, he will leave again. A baby has never made a man stay. And he left you at the lowest point of your life, serving time in prison. I do kind of have a reflex to agree with that, but I can also see the nuance of like, if someone's in prison, it's maybe like a smarter thing to not date them while they're a literal ward of the state. I don't know. Just me, but let me see. Bring your child up off social media. Shut up. This is all moving entirely too fast. I agree. I know I said that, I read that like in the bitchy voice, but I do agree. That is moving very fast. You really need a time to heal, not a baby. I agree with this one too. That's technically really all I've been saying for the last couple, hour. You really did need time to heal, but it doesn't mean that. I don't like saying it in past tense like that. Like you needed time to heal, not a baby. Because you can still heal with a baby. It'll just be harder to focus on yourself. So I don't like the concept that like her having a baby means that healing is just like not a possibility. I do think that's really bleak. It just means that the healing won't happen as soon as it could have. It'll mean that the healing is going to involve her learning to be a mother while she's also learning to be an independent adult. So there's a lot of downsides to it, and I do agree with that. But I don't know. I don't love the wording of that. What? All right. It's super weird that you stole a positive pregnancy test photo from Pinterest and posted it on your IG, then hid your account and pretended you got hacked. That behavior sure screams I am ready to be a parent. I mean, maybe she didn't have like. That's stupid because she probably just didn't take a picture of her pregnancy test. Like, I don't know. I don't think that's so insane. Because like she probably just threw it out like a normal person would, right? Like, because she's not thinking of saving this. Oh, my pregnant. Because I think that's fucking gross. I hate it when the fucking Christian moms do that shit where they keep it in a little baggie and like I'm gonna surprise you. Open up your lunchbox and it's my fucking pregnancy test. Like, ew, fuck off. Like, just take the strip out or something. I don't know. Not, don't even do that. Just like fucking like it's okay to share that like thing with the husband. That's fine, whatever. But like maybe not everyone wants to look at a thing that you like. We knowingly are addressing it as a thing you have to pee on in order for it to do what it's doing and show what it's showing. Like art and like context, right, matter. And to me, it is very displeasing the concept of sharing one's pregnancy test. I don't fuck with it personally. And also, she's 11 weeks pregnant. Of course, she doesn't have the pregnancy test anymore. Like, she's barely been out of prison and she's already getting divorced and had an affair and having a baby with the guy she had an affair with. She's never spent any of her life discovering what she wants. Once she realizes that there's a whole world she can explore without someone, she's going to let go of her responsibilities. I mean, maybe, but I doubt it because now she has a kid, so she can't let go of her responsibilities. Oh, this one looks great. Okay. Oh, for the love of God, Gypsy. That tear was so fucking fake. At least be real about this. Sus dates aside, do this baby a favor and don't show their face on social media and be very aware that people will be watching you like a hawk to ensure no harm comes to this child. Also, they're not yours. Your responsibility to raise, yes, but they are their own person. Please let them have their own identity growing up. All I can do is hope you'll do the right thing and keep them out of your messy BS. Ugh, poor kid. Why are you all so mean? You're all the meanest people I've ever met in my life. You're all so fucking mean for no reason. Stop. Do you know that like when you talk like this, even if you're in like the direction, you can be in the direction of like having kids be their own independent person, but you can still sound like an entitled parent. And that entire comment sounded like an entitled parent. Yeah, I don't understand why people who aren't ready get pregnant and people who are so ready can't. Genetics, bitch. Like, what the fuck are you talking? It's not like a punishment from God. What do you mean you don't understand? Like, literally science? What the fuck are you talking about? There's more people than there ever have been, so more of us have defects? Like, fuck off. So Ken's boyfriend posts are true. He had six. He said. He said 6 weeks ago she trapped Ken. Weird. Her math ain't mathing to me. The baby about to come out looking like Peter Griffin. She knows. Yeah. So her X Man does look a bit. Can I push that a little bit further? No, I can't. This is very dark. This is very dark. No. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna lower that volume a little bit. I'm gonna lower that volume. There we go. All right. And thank you for letting me know, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, so her X-Man does look a bit like Peter Griffin. We can pull up some pictures. Actually, let me do it right now. Also, water break. Whew, bitch. Just yapping. Yeah, so I wonder if I even type his name, like if that'll just be the first thing that comes up. I think his name is Matt. I sure hope it's Matt. Gypsy. There he is. So yes, this is the OG guy. This is the husband that she married in prison. What the fuck is his name? Matt Sutherland. No. Matt Sutherland, I think, is her current. This is a totally different dude. I don't know. Don't look at the name Matt. Ryan. All right, his name is Ryan. Oh, now we're a little too quiet. Oh, with your sad little emoji. Better? Okay, perfect. Yeah, so his name is Ryan, and he does, unfortunately, we all look maybe not how we want to. I look a bit like Meg Griffin, so I can understand being associated with a popular, like, Family Guy character. I get it. I get it. Yeah, so it's mostly unflattering pictures that are kind of popular of him. He's really kind of insane looking. Bitch, do you know I was about to buy this dress on eBay? We have the same style. I swear to God, I dress like this fucking girl who's been in prison her entire life. Oh my God, and she even does her hair like mine. Like, it's so funny because she said she hates bangs. But I also really liked her hair with bangs, and it literally looked like my haircut, so I was pretty surprised by that. Um, but yeah, I was literally about to buy this dress on eBay. I cannot fucking believe this. Because I love the lace, like the half of it's like lace, the other half's like a regular polyester kind of thing. Yeah, so this is the original guy. This is the original boyfriend. Um, he's the one who works with children. He works with special needs children. Um, and that's kind of problematic. But who's to say? Um, I don't think it's fair. I love that his picture is on the Nicholas Godejohn search. Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, so this was the guy that killed her mom for her. He didn't have a beard at the time, I'm pretty sure. This is ridiculous. He should shave this. I don't know why he's doing this. I guess because life in prison, you can do whatever you want, but yeah, so he, how old is he anyway? He was older than her, and she definitely presented very young. So I have thoughts about him and feelings about him. And he was also just like a fucking creep edgelord who, if he hadn't happened to kill this girl's mom, probably would have killed any mom if he had the chance, just to be extra edgy about it, or just really any women. He had a lot of violence against women, a lot of like weird dark shit. Um, but yeah, cringe lord, definite cringe lord. So then her new guy, who she's having the baby with, this is him. And he's a little, his style's not great or anything. He's, I guess you could say, more attractive. I don't really think so. I think he's technically more her age, and maybe he's just like early graying, like kind of losing his hair a little sooner. That's pretty normal. Because his face doesn't look quite old, but maybe he's like her a little bit, where they both look a bit younger than they really are. Oh, this is so funny. That curved cross. I literally bought this necklace for X's mom. That's so funny. I like her style. She's got like good taste. Like I kind of like. She kind of like knows what she's doing though, like fashion wise, and she's super good with her makeup and everything. Like she always does her own makeup, and that's amazing to me. Um, she got her nose done, and I'm kind of jealous because I want to get my nose done, but it's fine. Everyone else gets to be blonde and get a nose job except fucking me, right? No, I already look so red with the fucking sunburn that I have going on. It's like insane. Um, Pedo Griffin. X called. Yeah, that is unfortunate. Actually, that works pretty well. Pedo Griffin. That's, I don't know, man. That's pretty good. I don't know if they get better than that. I will say I do like Gypsy Rose better with dark hair. This dark hair, but now that she's out of prison and she's tan, she can pull that off like really well. Because this was her old hair, and her new one is like, and yeah, that is a little unfortunate that like she just got her hair blonde and now she has to stop. Because when you get pregnant, you really shouldn't bleach your hair. It's like not safe for you to like be taking in all those fumes. So that's the thing. Yeah, so she was kind of going through the process of like lightening her hair, and then it kind of ended up this like really like pretty like I didn't like this one. When I saw this, I was like, ugh, that's not her. But it's a process, you have to take a while to get there. And now she has this like really pretty like ash blonde. Yeah, this one. And this is obviously retouched, but like it doesn't matter because the hair color probably hasn't been retouched. Yeah, like really really pretty. I think for her undertones, she's got like really beautiful olive skin, really flushed cheeks. Like she's a gorgeous gorgeous girl. With or without the nose job, for sure. I was trying to find there's a really funny, it's so mean. It's like, it's a very unforgiving angle. And it's a picture of her with her old nose, and it's really silly. Um, Let me see if they have the picture of her with her bangs, because her bangs were so cute. It's literally how I used to style my hair. I haven't been doing it lately, but not like this. There's like a very like cunty slay like picture of her with little like side parted bangs, and they're so sweet. Ooh, Gypsy Rose Lee, the best burlesque performer. She's cute. Oh my god. Is that her sister? They look so similar. I'll read more about her later. She's cool. I fuck with this lady. Um, I always like reading about like old timey people I didn't know existed. That's alright. I'll pull it up another time. But she looked very, very cunt with it. I liked her with side bangs, but I guess that's not her vibe. Anyway. Run, Ken. Don't walk. Run. Your net worth is like 3 million. Why did you make a baby registry? It's in bad taste. You can afford to provide your own baby items. That's rude. That's rude. You have experienced more in 32 years than 5 people in their entire lifetime. You know what? That's fair. I would say in Gypsy's defense, that's pretty fair. This girl is sick. The fact that she's capitalizing on killing her mother is disgusting. There's no way her not that what her mother did wasn't terrible, but this is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I feel like considering how crazy and insane the situation was, like a crazy and insane course of action is pretty natural. But whatever. We can all act like abuse doesn't drive people insane and make them do crazy shit. It's fine. Um, Ken's ex-boyfriend said that like 3 weeks ago she got pregnant to trap him. Oh, weird. Ken's ex-boyfriend, he's bi. My thing is like, yeah, how is she has claimed like, I'm not in a rush to get married. I'm not in a rush to like whatever with Ken. Like they're already kind of living together. Um so it is interesting to be like, I'm not in a rush to get married, and then completely kind of like go back on that. And now the discussion is like, oh, we're gonna be together forever and just make this work with this baby. So that is kind of wild, but I mean, who knows? Like life changes fast. Like feelings come out, decisions happen. She said it wasn't planned, lol. Girl, no protection means I want a baby. uh, I've accepted that I'm part of the problem. I clicked on the video just to read the comments, which ultimately gives her an extra view that she'll be making money off of. If she's looking for attention, I just gave it to her. Yeah, that's like, nobody gets this. Nobody seems to understand this about Gypsy Rose. She is literally the smartest bitch in America. She was raised by a woman whose entire thing was, how do I take this weird situation and make it give me money? So of course she's already on that fucking E-News grift. Of course she's already on that fucking TLC grift. Like, she knows what the fuck she is doing. She knows exactly how she's gonna be a fucking influencer. Like, none of that escapes her. She's super aware that just existing in front of a camera is guaranteeing her a financial future. And I fuck with that. I just hope and hope and hope that she has a financial team on her end, because she really needs somebody managing that shit. Like, that is, when you come from no money, like, you need somebody who isn't an agent or a producer, like someone who is like a third party member of your bank looking out for your money, because your money is their money and they want you to keep it. They want you to hang on to it and keep it in their bank. So that's the one thing I would suggest to her, really. But is the not in a rush to get married more of a Ken doesn't want to get married, but I'm defending him, so I'm saying I'm not in a rush. Ah, bitch. Will, fuck you. God damn. Okay, so apparently Nerdy Will just like fucking knows how to read people to filth or something. What the fuck? That's pretty brutal, Will, but I see you. I see you, Will. That's brutal as fuck. Alright. I feel so bad for Ryan, and you claimed you were on birth control. What a joke. Oh. That's pretty fucked up. That's a pretty fucked up thing to do if that's true. I feel so bad for Ryan, and you claimed you were on birth control. What a joke. Okay, yeah, sorry for that. This is the weirdest shite. Super early announcement. Talk as if symptoms are over, and they haven't even begun. We both come from a broken home, then proceeds to say she didn't have her dad around. Really? Is that all that happened in that home? Man, I really feel sorry for that kid. This is pure madness. Y'all overreacting. I kind of have to wonder, like, how did these people vote? Like, what direction do you think these people are voting in? Do you think these people are voting in a direction that actually gives more money back to different government foundations that will actually protect children and go in and make sure that they're being taken care of, make sure that like people with a violent background are actually, not doing crazy shit to their kids? Or do you think they vote in a direction of just make my taxes smaller? Because I think it's pretty clear. These are definitely people who don't understand that like there's an entire socioeconomic, sociocultural, like everything, like that plays into abuse and domestic violence and murder, like amongst family members. Like how it's really like a whole sociological factor that goes into that. And I don't think that's ever being taken into account by people who try to claim that like she's still just as dangerous as she was before. I think those are people who really don't understand that like fighting back isn't necessarily abuse, and fighting back isn't necessarily, I mean, like aggression. And I'm always sort of like taken aback by people who comment stuff like this, because I just kind of have to imagine like you've probably just never been in a position where you had to make a weird decision. You've probably just never been in a position where somebody that you were supposed to trust did something fucked. And if you did, maybe you were lucky enough to have someone on your side, but like this girl didn't have anyone on her side. And this is what that looks like when you have no community, when you have no foundational ideas of what right and wrong decision making is. Because her mother was literally like a flim flam man. She was like a career grifter. She made her money off of grifting people. And like so Gypsy doesn't understand what like hard work is. She doesn't understand like reward systems and self like reliance and things like that. She doesn't know what any of that is. So it's just kind of bananas, the complete lack of empathy for people who are so caught up in a human interest case. This is like when your 15-year-old comes home and tells you they're pregnant and ready to be a good mom and expects you to congratulate them. Shake my head. Okay, yeah. That it does feel a little bit like that. I will say it does feel a little tiny bit like that. Yeah, X, that's what guys say to avoid responsibility for sure. Girl, a baby does not make a man stay. He already left you once. He will leave again. He left you at your lowest point when you were in prison. This is just all too fast, way too fast. You needed to work on yourself before bringing a child into this world. Christy should have never remained in contact with Ken. She is the reason you divorced Ryan. A perfectly good man. So I think Christy, I believe, is her stepmother, who I also think is maybe not like an awesome figure in this whole story. But I also have to wonder if so Christy came out and she had this whole comment of like, it's all my fault, I'm the reason they're together, da, da, da. And I did kind of speculate earlier, like, okay, is that because you kind of want limelight? Is that because you kind of want to like be the next celebrity or whatever? But I also have to wonder if maybe it's because she just doesn't want Gypsy to be like speculated on to the extent that she's being speculated on, and I can kind of like respect that and understand that. So who's to say? Motivations are weird. Yeah, so I will say, just as a quick tangent, I was really disappointed when I found out that when I read the news, when I was personally told by the people involved, not at all, that John Mulaney had divorced his wife and was immediately dating a woman that he was having a baby with. So in a celebrity sense of like, oh, like values matter and all these other things matter. I kind of can see. I'm gonna like knock it off with this fuck ass hair. By the way, like we're done with that segment. I can kind of see like the disappointment people have in this, because that's sort of like how it felt to see John Mulaney just be like, oh yeah, you know all that shit that I said about not wanting kids, you know all that shit that I said about like loving my wife and communication and like learning from each other, like none of that really fucking mattered because like this other lady was like around. And I do see that kind of being mirrored in this situation, except obviously in this case it's another woman. And I think that's, or rather, it's a woman experiencing it rather than John Mulaney, and she's not necessarily famous as much as she is infamous. And she's kind of working on turning that fame or infamy into fame. So there's aspects of this that are, you know, I can see where people are disappointed in her, and I think that at the same time, like, what was ever going to be clean about a woman who was in prison her entire life? Like, what aspect of this was going to be simple and streamlined and the correct decision. Like, how was this not going to be full of mistakes and unique challenges and running away from men? I just personally think that this is like the strife of her particular challenge, and I think it's weird for people to just kind of adopt who she is, and decide that they know her like that. You know what I mean? Like, because none of us know her like that. Like, we don't know her like that. She can tell her story all she wants. We're not with her when the cameras are off. Because the second a camera's on, and I can fucking guarantee you this, I know that I act all cool and collected, but actually, I'm a little spazzy. The second a camera goes on, you are not the same person. And that's good. That's natural. That's self-preservation. It's important to not be the same person when a camera goes on. Like, you should try to, I've been trying to fix my posture and it's not really working. But yeah, you should try to like do things that are a better presentation of yourself when a camera goes on, or like a more effective presentation of yourself. And I think that's what Gypsy is doing, and I think that that's where, because it's unfortunately a reality star route, there's this weird sort of, I can't remember what the word is, but for it's when you're not interacting directly, and parasocial. This really weird parasocial thing that's kind of cropping up with middle-aged women and Gypsy Rose, and I don't know why, but I might write a dissertation on it because I'm kind of fucking with like how crazy she drives people, and I love how much she loves it. Hang on, let me see if I can find that video. Like, she fucking loves driving people wild, and I think she's really special for that. I think she's really talented for that. I think she's gonna fucking make her money off of that, and I love it. Let's see. Gypsy Rose. Keep making content, babe. Fuck yeah.
Oh, honey, I am so. Oh, honey, I am so.
It's just so funny. It's just so fun. Okay, hang on. Here we go. Oh shit. Other one. Cancel. Alright, there you go. Fucking. Oh shit, I'm hitting a button. I fucking hate this keyboard. Alright, I love this. I reference this pretty frequently. Like, this is a regular in my brain now. Like, I fucking love the shit out of this.
Not threatened by you. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot.
Let's go ahead and run this one back.
Oh, honey, I am so not threatened by you. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. You're just mad because I have a Chad. And last time I checked, you don't have a man. So, looks like you're the one that's panini pressed. Call a spade, honey. Keep making content.
Call a spade,
oh, honey,
spade,
I am
honey.
so not threatened by you.
Oh, honey, I am so not threatened by you.
My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole.
My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole.
You're just mad because I have a Chad.
You're just mad because I have a Chad.
And last time I checked, you don't have a man.
And last time I checked, you don't have a man.
So, looks like you're the one that's panini pressed.
So, looks like you're the one that's panini pressed. I forgot that that's where the finger goes. Every moment of this.
Call a spade, honey. Keep making content.
Just the way she ends it. Keep making content. Shut the fuck up, bitch. I love you. I love you. I love you. I don't believe in shaming OnlyFans girls, but I fucking love the shit out of you for that one. I just fucking love her. I just fucking love her. Gypsy, if you decide to go back to women, I'm here for you, girl. Like, keep making content. I think that might have to be like, I have to find out. Yeah, that's going in the soundboard. You should do a stream where you don't even react to chat. You just practice reciting this. I might, because this lives rent free in my, like, in the most front part of my brain. This is one of the most important things that I've ever seen in my entire life. This video drives me up a fucking wall. I fucking love it. Can you understand why I thought it was fake when I saw it? because like the vocabulary is bananas, her voice is bananas, the Snapchat filter that she uses is like just completely Michael Jacksoning her face. Like this whole thing is fucking bananas, and I am perplexed by this video. It does feel like a Vine. It feels like a fake thing, and like there should be uh like a silly song playing at the end of it or something. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Keep making content. So call a spade, honey. Keep making content. This bitch is incredible, and I love her saying keep making content because it's like, yeah, talk about me more, give me more fucking money. Like this bitch is so about it. Oh, I love her. I love her. I love her. I do. Oh, she's amazing. Okay, okay. So it's been an hour 30 of me talking about Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And I think it's Blanchard. I could be wrong, but I thought it was Blanchard. But anyway, so yeah, she's had a weird life. She's going to continue to have a weird life. I think in her situation, the weirdness isn't really a thing that possibly ends. So, you know, I hope she moves into her own rhythm and finds a way to make like parenting like a non triggering and non unhealthy thing for her, because it seems like she's kind of got a lot of energy to give to the world. Um I mean, I'm trying to relax and not think too hard about anything after work, so I've been enjoying this stream. Okay, good. Yeah, because it's a lot of like silly, gossipy drama, and that's also why I like talking about it. It's like I don't really care much about celebrity drama, but like this one, because it just crosses so many like niche things that I'm into. I really, really love it. There's a great show on Hulu. I can't suggest it enough. It's called The Act. It's literally about her story. It stars, oh my god, so many people. But they're it's an all-star cast. Like truly, it's like only amazing actors. The actress who plays her, I mean, I talk about how actors these days are not really talented. Like no one's really a movie star anymore. This girl fucking like committed to this role. She fucking understood everything about who this girl is and everything. I believe the actress was even able to like be in contact with Gypsy Rose like before filming and stuff like that. I could be wrong, but I do believe that's the case. Um yeah, so The Act, cannot suggest it enough. It was beautiful. I've read the story so many times, and it was pretty damn close. I don't think there was too much of a real discrepancy in any of it. Like some of it's a little corny because it's a Hulu show, but like really well directed, really well acted, just mwah, beautiful, full money. I haven't seen her reality show yet because I don't have Paramount or whatever the fuck it's on, but yeah, love this girl. And call a spade, keep making content. All right, that's how I'm gonna close it out. Let me see if I can recite it with her.
Oh, honey, I am so not threatened by you. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. You're just mad because I have a Chad. And last time I checked, you don't have a man. So, looks like you're the one that's panini pressed. Call a spade, honey. Keep making content.
I'm gonna get there. It's the spacing that tripped me up. But I knew the lines. Oh, she's amazing. Okay, anyway, so I'm gonna hop off. I'll be back soon with some fun stuff. Nerdy Will, thank you for subscribing again. You're truly just the greatest of all time. That's you. Whenever people say goat, they're talking about you. Um, and that is definitely the new sign off. X. Call a spade. Keep making content. That is definitely for sure. Keep making content. She's just so perfect. Yeah, because the Love You Bye is fun, but it's definitely, I need something new. I need like a different energy. Plus, like the whole thing's getting a rebrand. So I think Keep Making Content really rolls with it. Just like knowing that Gypsy Rose Blanchard delivered this is so special to me. Like she's such a special person. um, and I want her to live on social media because she deserves to tell her story her own way. So fuck all y'all. Like, go ahead. You can't stop her. She's gonna do whatever she wants. So thank you everyone for joining me, and Nerdy Will, thank you again for subscribing. I always appreciate the hell out of you for doing that. Make sure to message me in the Discord, and I'll make some art for you. So we'll have that up for you maybe next week. as of right now, we're still getting the AC fixed, so I'm still figuring out what the schedule is going to look like going forward, because that does impact a lot of my day. And outside of that, just enjoying every second that I get to do this stuff. So thank you for anyone who popped by during the stream. Thank you for anyone who checks it out later when it's a VOD. Thank you, Nerdy Will and X for showing up. And thank you, Classic Callie, for popping in earlier. So if you watch this later, that was a little Easter egg for you, baby. All right, so keep making content. Oh, great. And Nerdy Will clip something. That's perfect. Can I open it while you're... Keep making content. Can I open this? All right, let's see if it shuts my thing down. I'm sorry if it shuts my thing down. Nope, it opened. Call a spade. Keep making content. That is definitely the new sign off, X. Call a spade. Keep making content. That is definitely the new sign off, X. Yeah, okay, so hopefully by the next stream I'll actually be able to deliver that, like, full timing, full pauses, complete, like, tone and context and everything. Like, I'll have that down for you guys. Now say it with yourself. No. We can't go that deep. Okay, maybe. Keep making content. I have to do the jump point. Call a spade. Keep making content. All right, one more. Keep making content. Wait, I went back too far. Okay. That is definitely the new sign off, X. Call a spade. Keep making content. Fuck, that is definitely the new sign off, X. Call a spade. Keep making content. All right, one more time. That is definitely the new sign off, X. Call a spade. Keep making content. Okay, so I'll have extra things prepared for the next one. This is my new monologue when I audition. I'm gonna post this on my backstage as a monologue. Oh my god. Okay. Anyway, I'm off, folks. Call a spade. Keep making content.